offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, David. That's a tough situation to be in. There's
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the 10-yard fight. I'm Coach KK. This is volume 22, part 12. Here comes another episode of the Power Deuces scheme. Guys, we got a lot to cover right here today. If you're new, this is the play card call right here. Those colors are on there for a reason. There's a lot of detail and a lot of things that we had to do in the background to get it looking like this. And you got to go back in previous videos for the detail. Today we have the pistol deuce inside cross. I would say this is my favorite play, but I can't say that because I will say that for all of them. Okay. We have a mesh concept underneath. You have an in route on one side and a post route on the other side, the opposite side of the field. That's on there for a reason. If you look at this little play sequence in this game, first quarter, I started off with a mesh. Third quarter, we hit them with the in route and it's open. And then the fourth quarter, we caught them with that post route in the middle of the field to set up a game-winning field goal. If you have the following formations, some variations of a 2x2 set, such as gun ace, gun deuce, pistol deuce, doubles, normal, slot, any type of 2x2 set, preferably with the tight end attached to the line of scrimmage, you have this. Okay, there's rules to this concept. The defenders will crash into one another with the mesh. Man looks like zone. This is an easy drive starter, so don't abuse it because they will set up the zone drops in their flat and hooks defenders to 0 to 5 yards. They'll have a little wall down low if you abuse it. Okay, you can see I'm in a very tight game in the playoffs versus Georgia heading into the fourth quarter. And I pulled this play out of my back pocket and we got away and took the lead heading into the fourth quarter. Okay. This play right here, we'll run a few mesh concepts first. This play right here, like I say, this is a drive starter. This is a good play to, like, you'll see I'm on the road for most of these clips, like right here with the stadium post going outrageous. So if you're on the road, you really can't hot route and make this play if you don't have it. You know, you got to do what's allowed. But if you're at home, this is a good drive starter, you know, and if you have this play already implemented in your playbook, okay? You can see right here on the next couple of clips, the safety is responsible for the tight end on his side. And once my tight ends crisscross, there's going to be a lot of collision and commotion going on in the middle. And it's going to result into either it's designed for them to get caught up in the riffraff, but every now and then your man might collide. Okay, so you can see right here, the safety is responsible for the tight end, and he's traveling with his tight end across the field now, and it just creates that much separation. You saw it. Now, if the tight ends were going like to the corner or to the outside of the field, the safety will have good range and leverage, but because they're crisscrossing, they're heading to the middle. Sometimes the users in the middle, they have a QB spy, they have hook zones, all type of stuff like that will throw off the timing. Like right here, look at this. Safety just ran into somebody for a split second, and it just caused so much separation. It's nothing cheesy about this because the game is set up for you to do it as well. Sometimes your man will collide. So you can't, like I said, you can't sit out here and spam it and abuse it. Here we go, 3rd and 12. Most users will protect the sticks on 3rd and long. That's like a dead giveaway. So what we can do is go underneath. I might have been looking for the post or the in-breaking route, but the underneath part of the play was open. Look at this right here. The user is responsible for triangle. He didn't follow his man, which resulted in a wide open game. You see, That's what I like about the mesh. That's why I want you guys. You can't do this out of a 2x2 spread. It won't work that good. Now I can see if you don't have the ace and the doubles. I mean the ace or the deuce, and you have something like doubles with a slot receiver and a tight end. At least the slot receiver is fast enough to get over there, but you at least want one tight end on the line of scrimmage. And I don't want to run this out of a 2x2 compressed set. I want it to be scattered with that post and that in breaking route, like way on opposite sides of each other, because they're going to attack certain portions of the field. So if you can get it like this in a set like this, or like with a doubles or a normal or something, it'll cause that to happen. Yeah, that's what you want right there. And we know, based on playing every day, this is second nature to us. The user is usually in the middle of the field. I would say out of 100 plays, 80 plays, the user is in the middle of the field, pretty much the middle linebacker. Shout out to JQ Money. I heard you yesterday. You said you got to start going to these ace and deuce sets because you get the outside like this. You were right on the money with that one, JQ. Yes, sir. See, they have so much to worry about because at first, this is a running formation. So they have to have beef in the middle. Let's look at the square end. You cannot scramble. You can drift, though, and you have to bait the user into the middle. Okay, those are some of the real rules right there. This is a high-low read. So you can see right there, we're baiting the user to the mesh concept. I'm not going to scramble on this play. I'm going to keep good base. I can drift left and right. I can hitch up. I can hitch backwards. But you cannot scramble hard. Okay? This is a high-low read. You can see the user is going to be taking the mesh concept a lot. And he don't have time to get back to these other two routes. That's why I keep saying it need to be a 2x2 set, preferably one tight end. Because if it's 2x2, that mesh concept is going to take too long to travel across each other. You want that attention to the middle of the field. I don't care if they take the mesh concept sometime because I'm reading. I have pre-snap reads. So you can see right here, this is going to be based on timing. This is a timing-based play. I'm actually timing the hook zone defender, and I'm trying to throw it with anticipation as he cleared the hook zone defender. Not really as he cleared, but I want to throw him open. Like, see how early I threw it before he even cleared him? That was perfect timing on 3rd and 17. The user was down low, concerned with the mesh concept. Another playoff game right here, 3rd and 4. We got the mesh concept underneath, but the user is defending the defensive line. So he helped us out. Anytime a user is on the defensive line, they don't have that much skill. And it's like you're playing against the AI at that point. Another playoff game. Here we go in the 4th quarter, 3rd and 15, middle field close. This is what I see pre-snap. Now, you can't just automatically just bank on what you see pre-snap and think it's going to happen post-snap. Things will change, okay? I saw curls to the outside. I saw hook zone defenders going to the middle, and I saw the middle going to the deep third. And I'm looking at the post, but it got double teamed. So I'm already in my second read. The user is following the mesh because I started drifting to the right side. So you, with the quarterback, if you scramble hard, you're going to take away half of your play arc. You want to keep this play right in front of you and hitch up if you need to. Okay? Get in practice mode. If you don't have mechanics, you need to start working on that. You want to stay in this pocket as much as you can to keep the concept and to keep everybody available in the play. Okay. You can see we're throwing this in route real good right here. Look at this one right here. This is 3rd and 8. I'm trying to close out the game with a 1st down. He needs the ball back desperately, and he's going to jump into cover 2. Now, they will jump in cover 2 if they get forced to. He also put that middle linebacker in the deep middle. So he tried to set me up then, in case I was going to the post. And you can see the users down low once again, concerned with the mesh routes. And he tried to be slick and take the wide side of the field. And all that did was just cleared up the in breaking route. And that's why, once again, I like it. Like, I like the fact that it's a pistol deuce and it's is kind of tightly compressed with the two tight ends because it draws the user to the middle, and then your outside guys are scattered, and they get to go work the concepts on the intermediate and deep part of the field. So yeah, that's how that in breaking route gets open right there. And it's cool. Listen, guys, you cannot afford to get ready. You have to be ready. This is 4th and 2. This guy was in the double A gap, and he's probably calling mid blitz. I'll show you right here. See, I'm seeing mid blitz. Maybe 7 men are coming in. Maybe one guy's gonna stay for a hook. Maybe somebody's gonna be in the QB spy. And lo and behold, this guy was in 0 to 5 yards in the hook and the flats. So, like I say, you can't get ready. You have to be ready. And that's real right there. So he tried to set me up then on that 4th and 2. So you can see they're constantly following the drags, and don't forget about the mesh concept on the other side. So they have a choice to pick. They can only use her one spot. Now I know we got switch stick out here, but they still have to be instinctive with that play. Let's look at the separation right here with man coverage. If you have a fast man, I prefer him to be on the in breaking route side of it to get some separation once they turn that corner. And because it's just a foot race once when he's going across the field. Okay, let's look at this right here. 2nd and 11, drive starter. You can see that stadium is rumbling. What I like about this, if you already have this play built into your playbook, you don't have to call hot routes. Maybe you can block the running back sometime, or sometime they will just give that open space to the outside, and they'll back up and stuff, and you can just call a simple hot route if you're allowed to. But if you're home, you can create this whole entire play with your 2x2 set. You can literally go get in like the doubles week and create this concept. Yes, sir. That in breaking route is gold. Look at, I was losing 14-17 and just got closer to the touchdown. We got a first down. Look at this right here, another playoff game. Look at the user, going to be in the middle. He's in the middle, but he's not necessarily positioned right. Ooh, that was crazy. Yeah, man. Y'all hit that like button for me, man, as we go into the sky. We're going to take 5 seconds. Hit that like button for me. That would be gladly appreciated. And let's move forward to the post route, to the sky. You can drift, but don't scramble. If it's one high safety, that will be your primary read. Timing and anticipation is key. This is also best ran when the user is occupied underneath. Be extra cautious of pre-snap versus post-snap. That means things will change. Like things will change once the ball is snapped based on what you saw quite often. 3rd quarter, 17-15. We're trying to put some points on the board. 2nd and 17. I see middle field open, and I saw the post, but the post wasn't open. It was the in breaking route. So usually I'm looking in the dead center of the field. That's where my peripheral is. And whatever is in my peripheral, that's what I see. So I was looking at the post, but this in breaking route came in the middle. The user was occupied once again, and that's what happened. So this is later on in that drive, a couple of plays later, I flipped it over, and we're trying to get the user to bite down on the mesh, which he did. And the post is wide open this time. Actually, both of those other routes was open. So you can see the mesh concept will actually draw. I'm talking about it will actually influence. And he's look like he's down low in cover 2 or 5 yards on the flats. Yeah, you can see it right here. If you do it a couple of times, they'll start kind of like biting down, and that will open up things in the back end. So I've ran this play 1,000 times. Look at this game right here. 4th and 1, beginning of the drive on the road. I was able to hot route my guy to an out route because no one is in the flats over there. At least that's what I see. I turned it into a bench concept, and we got the first down. We come back 2 plays later, and he's covering the flats this time, which is perfect because now we have a hole shot right in between the safety and the corner. Got him. Hook, line, sinker. All right, 17-17 as we navigate down the field. Next play right here, you can see this is the 4th quarter play. I'm trying to close out the game. Too high safety shell. The user is in the middle as usual. And we're not going to count out our mesh concept. It's like you're not reading 1, 2 to 3, but you want to make sure you check and see if you got a mesh opportunity. And then you got to progress up the field. You can see right here, that's middle field open, but it closed as soon as I snapped the ball. And we got the hole shot right here in between the safety and the corner. You can see the hooks are in the middle. It's good to identify who is who. You know, you sometimes because you don't get to see their play art. So you want to kind of identify who's the linebacker type, who's the safety types, who's the cornerback types, and what they're responsible for and what they're capable of doing. You can tell this was anticipated and timed right here. I was prepared for that play. Yeah, you can tell with the timing. Because things just become like automatic. Right here, this is what you want right here versus if you're going to use the post, you want it to look like that. Middle field closed, and you got to zip it right there. Sometimes you can just watch the corner and read off of what his body language does, his movements. What I like about nowadays is in the game, if you're running a deep route towards the end zone, they will flatten the route as much as they can. So that was pretty cool with EA. They invented that because that happens in real life. Like I say, sometimes you can anticipate the quarters coverage, whether it's deep third or quarters. You got to read that defender. And as soon as you get a clear path, you just zip it. You can see when he turned his hips, I already knew they was just going to be drifting back and bailing into like deep thirds or quarters. Sometimes you won't even get a safety. They'll go in the depth and put the safeties down low within 5 yards and play in the box. And that's especially if you're heavy with the run game. Yeah, that's why I like this play from this formation, because it influences them so much. They have to worry about the run so much, especially when we're throwing all these running concepts at them. Man, we got strong power, read option, counter, dive. It's so many of them in this formation right here. So if you are going to run this concept throughout the game, at least pair it up with some running plays to make them kind of come in some. These users don't give a dang, boy. They coming all down with the safeties. Gotta love it, man. That's Power Deuce's scheme, volume 22, part 12, inside cross. Okay. Now, with that being said, I gotta let you guys know I have thrown the game away. I have thrown interceptions. I have depended on this play on the last play of the game, and my guys either collided with one another or I rolled out too far and got away from the concept and threw a pick, or I either abused the play and they had traps and perimeters set up for me. You can see right here, these a couple of interceptions right here, or I had bad timing or bad footwork and didn't clear the hook zone defenders. Okay. They gonna be ready for you. So you got to go get in the lab. All right, guys, I'm Coach KK. This was very fun. I can't wait to hear your rebuttal in the comments. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. See ya.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch.
This is how we do it every day. We be grinding, and if you ask me, we the best. I'ma be like, yo, that's all.